Hi, everybody, and welcome to this July 5th edition of First Look. I'm Katie Couric here with Jim McGlinchey, who's here from our Washington Bureau helping out because we're a little we're a little short-handed here in the bowl, as they say. But before we start First Look, I'm very proud. I made these chocolate chip cookies last night and brought them into work for my friends here, and Kim had one. Kim, how was it? Wait, here, we have a testimonial. Kim, how was my chocolate chip cookie?
All gone.
Okay, good. And in fact, Mr. McGlinchey is having one too. What do you think?
It's delicious.
Okay, good.
But we've been limited to one apiece.
I know. Well, you know what? They have to go around. I want to give them to my crew because if they don't look good or feel good, I don't look good. Anyway, all right. So moving on, we're going to start tonight's broadcast with a story about airport or airline delays and the fact that often they're not reflective of the time spent in an airport by paying customers, right?
That's right. They often talk in these studies about how late an airplane was. Well, if it dumps you in your connection and you end up waiting for another 6 hours, that's really what you care about, not the fact that the airplane was 2 hours late. And we're going to give you some ideas on maybe airports you can avoid or when to fly. Is the morning better than the afternoon, for instance?
It's not easy doing First Look after having a bite of a chocolate chip cookie, is it? All right, we're going to follow that up with a story on extreme weather conditions all across the country. Obviously, the Southeast is experiencing a terrible drought. We did a story yesterday about the economic impact of that. And today, we're doing other extreme weather, whether you're talking about flooding and really just crazy weather all over the country. Brush fires, obviously, from dry conditions. Kimberly Dozier, who was critically wounded in Iraq, received a quilt made by some women. Was it in Tennessee, or where was the quilt made? Kim? Where? In Tennessee. Anyway, it's a group of women who make quilts for those who have been wounded in Iraq, and I guess for other soldiers as well. I'm not sure if it's specifically for wounded soldiers, but Kimberly received one, and she talked about how much it meant to her as she recovered and went through rehabilitation. So she returned to this community in Tennessee to meet these women who were making these quilts that are so comforting to so many people who have served in Iraq, which is a really lovely story, and obviously Kimberly has a real personal stake in that as well. Meanwhile, I'm doing a piece about bone marrow donations. I very much like to do health advocacy pieces, and Dory Cleesis and I talked about the fact that bone marrow donation isn't nearly as painful or as traumatic as it once was. It wasn't that traumatic, but people were nervous about it. And wow, look, Dory Cleesis is right here. What a coincidence. Anyway, so Dory, we're doing a piece about how simple it is to actually be put in the registry to begin with. You don't even have to have your blood drawn anymore, right?
Right. It's all about swabbing. I mean, you can even write in for a kit. It's a swab. It goes right into your cheek, and after that, they can find your DNA and try to match it to someone else whose DNA is sort of close to that, and then give you a call.
Which is really amazing. And then if you are a match for someone who needs a bone marrow transplant, you can go through it you can either do it through the hip where it's extracted and you have to have local anesthesia, right? Or you can go through.
You're under it all, I think.
It's general anesthesia when you get and it's a little bit painful for a day or two, a little bit achiness and discomfort. Or you can do it just as if you were donating blood. It takes a little bit longer, a few hours, right, Dory?
Right. One of the people we profiled was a fireman. He got the time off to do it. So basically, he got injected a few days before to increase your stem cell count. Then he spent 2 days sort of sitting there watching his videos, sort of in a process where it's sort of like taking out platelets, sort of, blood or platelets. So he sat there and
stem cells,
really, and they collected millions of stem cells while he was sitting there and relaxing. And he said, no major effort, no major discomfort.
And one of the things we wanted to bring out in the piece that Dory and I worked on together is that minorities often have a more difficult time because their genetic profile is often more complicated in terms of their backgrounds. And so it's really important that a lot of minorities register and put themselves on the bone marrow registry. And hopefully that will just make people more aware of this. They'll sign up because there's so many people out there waiting for a match. It's really the last chance they have in many cases.
And the numbers, Katie, are incredible. Over 6 million potential donors are on the list. 3 million of them, over 3 million, are Caucasian. And I think 5 about 500,000 are African American, which is the most hardest to match. So we really need people to sign up for minorities, Hispanics, African Americans, because that's not a lot of people.
Asians too, right?
Asians, about the same amount, 480,000, something like that. We need more on the registry.
You're just a walking dictionary about this. Just throwing out those numbers, very impressive. And I was swabbed, and I'm hoping that I'll be a match for somebody, because there's no greater gift than you can give than that.
And you would hope that you would be called soon, but you're still waiting. I think it's a 1 in 200 chance of becoming a match.
Yeah, well, we'll keep our fingers crossed. But anyway, so hopefully that this will be a piece that will educate people and get people involved in the registry. And it was fun working on it with Dory. Anyway, so that's it. Jim, you're done. You can eat the rest of your cookie. That's it. Oh, Dory, here. For this edition of First Look, I know, sorry, you can't smell this over the internet, because they're darn good, if I do say so myself. I ate so much dough. They're scaring me right now. Anyway, so hopefully we'll see you tonight on the CBS Evening News. And that's it, I guess. Have a great day. Bye.